I'll admit it, set design is not my specialty. Other people love it, but I've always been more of an animation person. As a filmmaker, I've always been interested in what draws an audience to a film. No, of course, a set does not draw an audience to a film, but it is still important. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this film. It's the very first shot. Eric and Anne are entering Walter, the evil villain's facility, and there are a bunch of guards there waiting for him with guns, and there's like this big shootout scene. And so I thought, what's better than a big open building for this first action shot? And like I said before, I don't know a lot about set building, but I do know a few things, and depth is one of them. Depth is very important in your set, and so I added those little streaks in the wall. Adding that makes the wall more 3D, and that makes it more interesting because it's not just a flat wall anymore, and now we've got some depth. The floors honestly didn't take me much time. I just put all gray, light gray color, and then I thought about it and I was like, what if I was to put the crisscross pattern, dark gray and light gray? And because that's the tone we're trying to set with an evil facility, it worked a lot better with those colors. And that's another thing, it's considering the tone of your film. So for this one, it's a dark film, so gray, black, dark gray, darker colors. That's gonna work. You can't do pink walls and white floors in a bloody action scene. And I also considered that for the characters as well. Dressing them darker is going to make it a more scary feel. Another cool thing I learned from another YouTuber actually is to use different color bricks to throw off the consistency of a single color. So like I've been using a lot of gray for this set, and I decided to use some tan up top. So those tan bricks throw off the gray, and it kind of catches your eye because you're expecting all gray and you see that tan, and it gives the building kind of a abandoned, cold, dark feeling. I also threw in a ton of boxes right in this front area here, and that's all for depth of field. It's all for the camera, so we can have our foreground, our midground, and background elements. So the characters are going to start off in the background, they're going to move to the midground, maybe fire a few shots, that's where most of the action's going to happen, and then they'll run off into the foreground, into the next room. And we'll have some wide shots there, which will showcase the entire room. Another cool thing I learned from a YouTuber is to always consider where the characters are moving in the set. So for this shot, I know that they're entering the door, they're trying to walk through the middle and get to the second door. So I was sure not to place anything in the middle here and leave all the boxes and men and all that to the side. And that will give your characters a straight shot to where they're going. One last thing to remember when building a set is lighting. There are so many things you can do to improve your lighting while building your set, it's insane. But if there's one thing that I can recommend you put on your set, it's windows. Windows, windows, windows. They serve many times as a backlight, which will highlight the back of your character's head or their whole body, and that'll give you much more of a cinematic look. Alright guys, that's everything I have on set design. What we are doing next is insane. We are getting into my favorite part of filming, and that is sound design. That is a film subject that I can go on forever on. So tomorrow's episode is going to be so epic, you are going to want to see it. I will see you then, guys. Have a good one.